All right, guys, you're on camera. Take the bell ringer.
Choose which class you filmed.
Because I had to do practice for the first class. I have to get it done today. And you are like tutors, like depending on the day you guys go. You talk. Take the bell ringer. Come on, take the bell ringer. You guys got 10 minutes to take this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this as soon as we get to the bell ringer.
I'm about to be his high score, Mr. Brody. Yeah. Okay, I'm talking God. No. Hey, you take my phone. Hey, Mr. Brody, you take my phone and say his phone.
Guys, seriously.
I know.
Mr. Brody has to read.
We're
on camera.
Can't get my phone back.
I do not think he cares.
I jumped on the phone back. I'm getting your phone back.
I would say better.
Just putting this stick. Did we just get
Take the bell ringer. We'll talk about it in a second.
what is it like?
So what happened is just look at the print line. There's no space with the print.
This is the moment I put it in all my life.
No. So what it's doing is it's printing that is frozen pyramid. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was actually Mr. Brody, we already did this.
I
Don't
know.
talk to me. Can I talk to you? I love you, Cameron.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Can I get
Yeah, I'll get half night.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brody. Thank you. Am I allowed to write on the back of it?
Yeah, but I won't.
Where is it? No, it doesn't look
I want to see your earpiece like that. I think this is your distinguishing feature. Yeah. I can't see it. I can't see it, but I just until you're attacking me.
Go hit the browse. And then scroll all the way down to where you see H.
Right. Look what you did to Tion.
Guys, eyes on your screen, please. Can't find you. Then you're going to have to find Java files.
No, it's not.
No, it looks good.
Yeah.
It's great.
Is it only 7?
Right. There's things called
You guys have 4 minutes to do this.
I don't see the bell ringer.
It says it's 12, 17, 7.
what did I ever do? Oh. Oh.
There's 12, 17, 7.
Huh? It's alright though, we don't judge you.
All right, a couple more minutes on this, and we're going to go over the answers.
You get that, you
And then the test will be one day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You gotta come in one of those days.
Eating, meaning, money, mo. Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. Mr. Roddy, I got 5.
Alright, awesome.
No. I got the door. I got the door.
No.
I got the door.
4 out of 5.
So no Rubik's Cubes or... Alright, take the...
What's today?
2 more minutes, guys, and then we're going over the answers. Sit quietly if you are done.
Mr. Brody, is it possible that we get our cellular devices back?
Yeah.
Right now? No.
In class.
Bro. Hey, at least he ain't calling my mom.
Wait, that's a good idea.
Oh my god. Hey, Hunter, so you go to the library or no? You go to the library?
Alright, 1 more minute, we're going over the answers.
Email. Say email.
Quiet down, we still got people taking this. Okay, so, no, the classwork, actually, if you're using from the main method, yeah, you got it. But if you make it within a class, you don't. Alright, time to go over the test questions. If you're not done, don't worry about it. We will discuss the bell ringers. The bell ringers are important. So, take a look. Alright. If you got 5s on this, awesome, you're doing great. If not, you got 4s, great, 3s are great, 2s are great, 1s need a little work.
Need a little.
Zeros aren't that good. Where's my bell ringer? That is not the 11. Where did I get here?
Bro, I think I broke my laptop. I don't like filming.
I called it 1217. Very smart. Okay, there. All right, quiet down. Let's go over this. Quiet down over there. Hush. All right, first one here. Anybody remember how to do this one?
I do.
All right, how do you do it? Come on up.
Oh, I want to do it.
Face this way, we can do it. All right, Mason's going to show us how to get it. What's the answer? We're looking for Peach Puff. Peach Puff is 255, 218, 185.
Why is that called?
I don't know why. To me, Peru's a color too, apparently. And linen, old lace, tile, whatever.
No, stop. Moccasin is a color.
So all you really have to do for this one, if you can't do this for the first Alright, quiet down. Pay attention to this. Mason's getting it done.
That's going to take me a moment.
Okay, stop right there. So Mason gets it done real quick. And then he takes a look. He's figured it out. Take a look at your answers. Which one is it automatic? Number 1. Because it's got all the 1s in it. Everything else has got 0s in it. Now, so that's all you had to do it. But all you got to do is remember is divide. You go to 128. How many times does 128 go into this? How many times does 64 go into it? And if you have a remainder of 1, or goes just the remainder of 1, basically, it's going to end up adding 1 to it. You get 1, 1, 1, same thing with that. So that next one would be 0. 1, and I can't remember the
No.
rest of it. Okay.
We can guess what's in it.
I know.
This is the bottom.
No, you got me on that one. All right. So how about this one right here? Examine the following programming parameter. What is the output? So again, we have an array. Our array goes from 1 to 5, but it's 1, 4, 3, 6, 8, 2, 5. And then what we're basically setting here, a variable of the integer type, what, is going to equal array 1. What's an array? The first 0, the first index of that array. 1. So then we know we're going to scan the array. Here we have our loop that allows us to traverse the array. In index, we are now starting at 0. The length of our array is 7, so we're making sure that because it starts at 0, that's 6. If array index, what's our first index?
You were wrong, Junior.
0. What's at index 0?
1.
Is 1 greater than 1? So we skip that. Don't have to worry about it. Go back up to our loop. We're now on our index number 1. What's in index number 1? 4. Okay, so is 4 greater than 1? So what becomes 4? Go through our loop again. Index 2. What's in 2? The number 3. Is 3 greater than 4? Nope. So you kind of skip to the next instance. 6. Is 6 greater than 4? Okay, so then what becomes 6? How about 8? Okay, so what is now 8? Nope. 2 is not greater than 8. 5 is not greater than 8, so your answer is 8 on this one. 8. Alright. Second one. So for this one, basically what we're doing is we have a nested for loop right here. So for that one, basically you're starting at 6, going backwards. Same thing with this, because b equals a. So we're starting at 6 and then going backwards as well as that. But we're only printing out on one line. We're printing things out on one line, and then as soon as we're done, we're printing out on another line. All right, so what's happening here is this. You go through the first loop right there. You go through the first loop, and then what ends up happening right here is it's going to start, is 6. What's 6 times 2? What's minus 1?
Merry Christmas.
11. So your first answer is 11. So you're going to print that out. Alright, quiet down there, guys. Alright, and it says we'll keep on going through this loop. Goes to 11. This becomes 5. 5, we're still in the inner loop. 5 times 2 is 10, minus 1 is 9. It's going to go through again. So you can basically tell by going through this, it's either going to be this answer or this answer right here. The last answer doesn't hit. So it's either A or C at this point. You have to just decide, is it going to add 1 or is it going to leave 1 out? Well, if we go down to the last number is 1 that it goes to. It says the last number equal to 1. What is 1 times 2 minus 1? 1.
Let's realize that works.
Your answer is 1. So this is your answer right here. Huh? Your question? All right, question 4. You should know this one. This should be the easiest. What is the logical operator?
Thinking about.
It's the 2 lines. It's this one right here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. What? What? Number 3. It's that one right there. No, I did that by accident. It's this one. All right. What is the value of stored in x and y after execution? So basically, you're just running through this one time. Okay. There's no loop, so it's just going to go through one time. Int x 30, y equals 40. Is x greater than or equal to 0? Yes. So we're going to come in here. Is x less than or equal to 100? Yes. So we're going to come down here. Y equals x times 3. So y equals, so it replaces the 40 and equals 90. Is y less than 50? Okay, you can skip that, and because we already went through this if, we skip this else, and then we skip this else. So what is our answer? 30 and 90.
No, because y is less than 50. No, it was the other
So you're talking here? But the problem is that this else goes with that else goes with that. There is no else. There is no else for that end.
Well, you have to
So in this, there's no else. This if has that helps. That end has that helps. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's get this, let's get the PowerPoint done and let's get.
No, don't hijack.
You guys are going to do some group work right after that. Let's talk about methods really quick.
my group.
So sit down, everybody, in your seat. Face this direction, guys. This is about a 15-minute presentation. I'm going to hijack your computers. All right. Okay, here we go. Sit down, please. Guys, everybody in your seats, face this way for me. Either look at your screen or look at me up here, okay? Eyes up with the screen. So we're talking about methods today. A lot of you guys have problems on the test about methods. So we are specifically going to go over these. So I need you guys to be quiet, please. So we're going to go over methods and we're going to talk about how these things work inside of a Java program. So the essential objective is how the methods work in Java. So if you want to know other things, here's all the objectives and all the stuff that we're going to do today. You can come and get with that. I also have the objectives up here. All this stuff, by the way, is on Canvas as usual. So if you need to look at it, I also gave you a bunch of links. If you go down to references in Canvas, I'll show you this real quick. Modules. If you scroll down to the very end here, if you guys don't get this, if you don't get this real quick, hold on a second. If you don't get this real quick, I got a video on methods up there for you, and I got other helpful links that will give you the websites that maybe if you can't remember what this stuff does, you can take a look at it and it'll help you out. Fernanda, can you sit down, please? Thanks, appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. We got that. We got the methods. Anatomy of a method. All right. So first part of a method. That's what we're going to talk about. How to write these things, and then we're going to talk about how to call these methods from other programs or other parts of the program. So first of all, you got a modifier. You guys know what modifiers are. You used them a bunch. Give me an example of 2 modifiers you've used. No, those are part of classes. Modifiers are the things that allow you access to your methods. They both begin with P.
Public and private.
Public and private. Very good. Public and private. You got it. Now there's some other ones we'll talk about as well. Okay, then what you got is a type. What are types?
They're like the thing returns.
Static.
Int,
Yep.
string,
Int, string, Boolean, char,
Void.
All right, long. You guys got it. Perfect. What else can it? Is there any other type of thing? Huh? String.
Char.
Object. Object. So you can do your student and things like that. So very good. All right, off your phones, guys. Hunter, you're not on your phone, all right?
We got our phones taken away.
Okay, just making sure I saw you. You guys got to be off your phones. All right, it's very good. All right, so identifiers. What kind of identifiers we got? What is an identifier?
It identifies.
Whoa! I would have never guessed.
Yeah, it identifies us. It's a name. So give me a name. What kind of name are you going to get?
T-string.
It works. What else? What doesn't work?
Numbers.
Yeah, keywords, numbers, exactly. You guys got it. Good. You give me a name. And then, of course, you got parameters. Parameters are things that allow your method to do the work. So you set it parameters. We'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, okay? And then finally, you got the method body, which is the actual thing that does the work. Yes, side. Yes, you use the parameters and the methods that were in the class. And then you set the class parameters as well. But those parameters that you set in the class went into what method? It's called it begins with a C. Yeah, you got it. All right, so we talked about those modifiers. You correctly got those modifiers right when you called them public, private, and here's 2 other ones right here. Nothing, which doesn't mean that you put the word nothing in there. It's just nothing. Instead of saying public, int, something rather, you can just say int something rather. That counts as a method, but the problem is that only certain parts of programs can use that. And then there's protected as well, which is kind of like private or kind of like public, but a little less extreme. extreme, exactly. Public, everybody's got it. And with a public method, anybody can use it. Can you all give me an example of a public method that you've already used?
Public static
void. So the main method for all your things. But how about something that's a method that does something other than run the program? Random int, yeah, you got that. So that's public. Anything else? How about math? Anybody use the math method?
I did.
Square root, dot pal, all those methods as well. Those are public as well. Those are kind of interesting too, because those are called static methods as well. Protected, we haven't used those, and we're not going to use them for a while, but just know that that's another modifier. Nothing, I wouldn't recommend that you put nothing for a method. I would either give it a public or a private. And especially at the level we're at right now, you kind of want to put something in there to make sure that you know what's going on there. All right, pay attention, guys, up here. Ben? Up here. All right. All right. The type, you all, when we talked about this, you all nailed it. When I asked you what the type was, you guys said void, primitive data types like int, byte, boolean, whatever. And then, of course, objects as well. So you guys got that down. Very good. Identifiers, you can name it anything and give it not with a Java keyword. All right, parameters. When you make a parameter, you're sending this method something to work with. You got to send it a parameter in a way that is formatted with the type and the modifier. So give me an example of type and modifier.
Mr. Marty?
Yeah.
It's A.
Oh, in No, there's too many keywords for us. You're going to learn them as you go. Okay, all right, so good. Here's an example. Public int my add. So we're adding something here. Quiet, guys. Int x. So what is this? What's that called? It's an M. Modifier. Good. No, modifier. This is called a method. That's the modifier. What's that?
Data type.
Type, yeah. What's that called?
Identifier.
Identifier, and these are called what? Parameter. Very good. Okay. So you got all that. We're setting a variable. Z is going to take our parameter in our method body right here. Int x equals 2, and we set my at 2. Z equals 2 plus 5, and we return Z. What do we return?
You return x plus 5.
And x equals 2, then
Then you return 7.
yeah, okay. There's our modifier. There's our type. There's our identifier. There's our parameter. And there's the method body. If you guys, I've kind of like smacked this in your head a bunch of times. If you don't remember the structure of this, you're not paying attention. Because this is like the 4th time so far I've said it. So you guys got to remember how to create these methods, all right? Not that hard. All right, so let's talk about calling methods, because that was another problem that you guys were having. Calling a method. In your program, you just use your method name. One of you guys wrote this really awesome program right here. This was the country program for the test class, the test on classes. And what you did in your toString method is that you put get density instead of like calling density and doing something else, but you're calling your method right there. Notice you name your method, here it is right here, get density, and you're using the parentheses. And so what this does is it calls this, and then it takes all the data that you're working with and returns the density. So if you have a population of 100 and an area of 1, what's your population density? 100. Whatever that means. I got a question for you. Maybe. I don't know. One of you guys did. Here's a question for you. If you take a look at this, what do you see that kind of confuses you about this method right here? Nothing confuses you at all?
Nope. Except for the fact that the variable name is the same.
Okay, the variable, which one are you talking about? The variable name? Okay, you're saying, yeah, that's something, that's kind of interesting. But what else? I mean, you're asking to return something, and you're doing work, but what are you not getting in?
You're not using parameters.
Exactly, you're not using parameters. So there's no parameters here. Can anybody tell me why you don't have to use parameters here?
Because it's already in the method of the class.
It's in the class. They're the instance variables. That's why. Now, if you don't have instance variables or global variables, what's going to happen? set in parameters.
Oh, now he's back.
All right, we're almost done here, guys, for you guys to get done on the group work, all right? Now, if you have, find down, guys, so if you've got a method with parameters, those parameters must match the parameters that you're accepting in that order. So for instance, in this, we've got population 100, area 100, so it's not bad because you have two ints. You're calling this density, population, area, so you're sending it the variable population, and the variable area. What's going to happen here is it has to be in this order, population, and because we're doing it in that order, it's going to give us the correct outcome. What if we ask for a third parameter here?
You have to use that.
Yeah, because if you don't, what's going to happen? It's going to be an error, exactly. So we got to use the correct parameters, correct number of parameters. And what happens if you send it this way? Density, area, population. What would happen then? Exactly. And then that's a logic error. You would get the wrong number out because if you get something like 100 to be 5% or 0.05, and you would have like some really low dense population density versus something that's kind of high. So you have to just make sure that you're putting in your parameters correctly. Yes.
It's called Tiny Land. What can we capture?
Anytime. Capture tiny land enter. All right, so this one right here, we added another method right here, another parameter. So this time we have tiny land, and of course, like I told you before, if we don't set it in the correct order, if we called density and said country population area, it's looking for an int as the first parameter, int as the second parameter, and string is the third parameter. If you don't put those parameters in that order, it's gonna vomit on you, and you're gonna get a program that doesn't work. Yes.
Okay, so let's say I want to create a method that accepts 2 parameters or 3 parameters. Can I like name it the same thing as a couple of different?
Yes, and that's called overloading the method. And so that's a great question because you can actually do that. You can create two methods of the same name that have different numbers of parameters, and that's totally legal. The key is they have to have different numbers of parameters because if they don't, then they're going to get confused. Yes.
Think about like error of vomiting yellow and not working. What if I created a machine that has loads of bacon box that every time you made it?
Then you can have your own TV show there. So let me finish this up. All right. How about static? So quickly, pay attention to this because this is going to be important for when you write your programs. We've learned about this. What happens if you where do you use static and why would you use static? So like, yeah, exactly. So if you want to use your method anywhere, you got to use static, okay? Static methods are like these helper methods that anybody can use. Where do you use static methods again? Hold on, Lohith was telling us. In a client program, exactly. Here's something you got to remember. If on your public static void main, you call another method, because your public static void main string args, because that is a static method, you must call another static method. You got to call another static method, okay? Static methods can only call other static methods, not methods that are not static. All right. We did the random number generator, mathematics. Those are all things. What are you guys doing? The static example. So, alright, have a seat. Alright, so public static void. So here we got blah. It's going to be a counter. So right here, we're making a call using blah 5, blah blah. So blah is the name of our variable. Blah is all the name of our method. We're calling public static void string of our main method. We're going to come on down here and go to the counter and print out blah. So how many times is blah going to print? 4 or 5. Because we start at 0. And it's less than x. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. Alright. Alright. Now, we are going to do some group work.
It wants to be my group.
So, you guys pair up of 2.
Hunter Abshire. Yeah. You want a second one? Hey, detail.
Alright, I need, go in your groups, I need 2 people. 2 people per group.
Anyone not in a group? Anybody not in a group? Anybody in a group?
Alright, here.
Oh, so you have a get like a right. That's so.
Oh, Jason. Alright, so you guys quiet down, guys. You guys got exactly 15 minutes to get this done, and then I've given you 4 prompts that you guys got to work on. Make sure you turn your names in to the card plate. You can have it.
A detail.
I'm about to next
Alright, once you guys are done with this, you guys are going to be working on your prompts. There's 4 of them. They're practice prompts. I'm going to be walking around monitoring you guys. So, you have the rest of the class to be working on this. We're going to be practicing. Be quiet.
make you guys do this. Making good progress.
You got 15 minutes, and then you got the prompts.
Mr. Brody.
What?
Mr. Brody.
Oh yeah, I guess I got it. Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Mr. Brody, what
Oh, wait, you're doing the wrong thing.
Alright, quiet guys down. You're going to be working on this together.
Hey, Cameron, give me my feedback.
Not too loud. Right, Jay, what was the question?
No, that's my seat. No, give me my feedback. Get up, give me my feedback.
You don't return anything.
No, get up and give my feedback.
Alright.
Oh shit, I might have just went around with it.
Read your handwriting. Oh, my feedback.
No, Will,
My feedback.
you gotta keep control on the second. Give it to Mr. Rodney.
You don't know. Wait, what? 3 pages.
No, Will.
Alright, let's get this done.
Okay, so I already know how to do this. So I'll take you guys.
Come on, get it done.
Work together.
Write out system.
I would do it just because of the real
I finished it using Comic
I'm
Sans.
sorry. That was mean of me.
Logan, you didn't finish it. What do you call it? You gotta turn on the air message. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Does it say air message? Send an air message. It's trending message.
Alright, so
Don't eat out of my hand like a puppy.
I just have one.
And you put that right. It's gotta be outside of that.
Hey, you know I respect people like limits, bro.
Just do the props.
Yeah, Cameron's taught me to do Fortnite build that work.
Mr. Ronnie got me here. I'm sorry. You didn't do this. This is what you wanted to do.
Someone reading you the passage. Someone reading you the thing. Come on.
What you're gonna do is you have to.
He is returned. You have to. What is? Because you don't have to. He is returned.
You're gonna be forced to.
He's just holding his mouth open. He's like, breathe.
You'll be forced to. Yeah. You don't do it with your nose. You do it with your mouth. Man.
You're low-key. You're...
You're so dumb.
I actually read that chapter. Very few that I read, and that didn't
Oh, I need to ask him.
a bad guy. I like this music, but
Senior year, baby. Oh.
I just can't find Ryan.
Jackson, the good white kid.
Hey. Hunter.
There's Stephen Curry.
All right.
Oh my god.
No, he never said that. He never said
I promise you. Why would I lie to you?
Hey, there's one for hours. It's a STEM subject.
I'm so fun.
Finals too. I would like some math. Really great. I could use some math.
It's alright.
progressing.
I'm actually good. I'm actually good.
Looks like progressing very slowly. Are you doing that? How's it going with you? What, are you working with these guys or on your own?
Oh my god.
Or is it together? Joe, did you guys work together?
Yeah, this week.
You got that? Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
What'd you get?
When you're done with this worksheet, I'm picking it up. right there. Anybody see my stapler?
Oh, here.
All right, anybody see my stapler?
Hey, Lohi, what you got your PSAT?
PSAT grades?
Yeah.
Oh, I came back. How do you
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, you got the 30?
What'd you get? Alright, go on.
Quiet down, guys. You gotta work. If you're done with this group work, start working on the prompts.
Where do you check?
You have 4 prompts. This should take you the whole class. There are 4 of them.
Oh, it's on my phone.
What's the highest?
40.
Hey, what'd you get? 32. What'd you get?
Gabriella, what'd you get?
I feel bad.
All right, Jinwoo, are you working on your prompts?
Yes, sir.
Then go. Come on, work.
Oh my. Can I help Alan go to Ibton and Camden?
You're not ready to work on your prompts. You guys literally got 10 minutes left, all right? Or 10 minutes. Sorry, you guys have 45 minutes left.
45. I was big.
My prompts that I left you should take you the whole class. If you don't want homework, start working on them.
Yes, sir.
Then you have parameters and just
How about the bed?
They react badly. They die.
All right, come on, Anita, sit down and get your work done. Get your work, guys.
Can I get my seat back, please? That's the higher. Look,
This max score says, I think it's 16.
you get?
at least better contact understanding school. Yeah, this is 2 points.
Go to PSAT. Alright, no, my grade's pretty good.
Just because he doesn't want to.
I think to be an African American scholar, you guys need about 100. You got 2 years, don't worry.
Don't tell my English section.
How did you guys get it?
It's an impact campus.
Where did you get it?
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Alright. You guys will pick it up. Nice. It's like a, what's it called? Camel or camel?
In case you're wondering how I speak.
Make a string variable, but the sample number.
What are you today? I thought it was string. I was actually trying to want it. It's like, that's not bad.
Wait, that's the 96th percentile.
What'd you get? I got 1330. And you ain't double me.
Sit down and work.
Wow.
No one likes you.
You guys need to be in your seat working. If you're not in your seat working, I'm going to start. All right, you guys got literally 3 seconds to start sitting down and work. Go. And go into the manager.
Why are you so
See, my math score was
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
I did okay. I feel like 9
no, that's freshman
77. I think it's 7, 15, 16.
No, my thing is here. This is like
see what was
That's still a great score.
I didn't know.
why is that? That's not funny.
There goes, what's your math?
No,
We got the maximum on the math. Yeah.
why is this a Quizlet though?
Greek selection. National. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm here.
My only program is Big Daddy Medicine. I can see everyone from here.
Alright, anybody else have one?
Oh, we got one. He's nice.
Is it like first initial
Come on, guys. It's the first round. The SAT. You guys should be worrying about this on your junior year. Guys, sit down and work.
Wait, Dylan, what'd you get? Try out. Bro, you got 60.
Guys, sit
I
down.
got 60 on that.
It doesn't matter until your junior year. You guys did fantastic. For
Nah, just get bragging rights.
most freshmen get
Free doesn't get the brag. Mr. Brody, pre-qualified for the national merit.
So respect to me, 96%.
Yeah, I got it. What'd you get on KTIP? Infinite campus?
Ooh, I want to check it. I'm lucky scared. Yes, you got When are they out of?
Ben, what was
You got perfect 7 times. I got 720.
Did Alan get it?
Hey, Fernando, what was your overall?
Yeah, that was
I feel like I did so bad. How did you see that so fast?
He heard the frequency.
Wait, what is it out of?
I got my third class.
What's on your map?
What?
Wait, what are the individual sections of it?
720 is the highest you can get.
760.
760?
Well, that's for the older kids. So 8 and 9 is 720.
Oh, it's 720.
Yeah.
I guess I did okay.
Yeah, I know. I did fine.
Cameron, what'd you get?
12, 10.
Alright guys, you guys send out your skills.
Where do you see?
Oh, I'm sorry.